This is the Mercedes-Maybach GLS 600, and we're taking it on a road trip across the Atlas Mountains, along with the beautiful fleet of GLSs that Mercedes has. I'm very excited. Let's get into it. So here's the plan for the trip. We're starting in the middle of the country in a small town named Rashidia, and we're taking the scenic route towards Marrakesh. Over the course of the journey, we're gonna put these cars to the test, get off-road, meet as many locals as we can, and photograph every single thing along the way. So before we even get started, I want to give you a rough idea of the kind of cars we're going to have over the course of this road trip. The suite of cars we have is absolutely mouth-watering. From the Mercedes-Benz GLS 580 4MATIC to the Mercedes-Maybach GLS 600. Myself, along with a suite of a few other creators, will be road tripping in convoy, sometimes swapping out cars, trying out as many of the vehicles in this stunning fleet. Now, obviously, these cars, they're all pieces of art, but this one specifically, this Maybach, is my favorite in the fleet. Sitting in the back of this thing feels like you're in a private jet. This is where top-notch Mercedes engineering meets the plush luxury of Maybach. All right, so we were looking at this thing yesterday. While I'm back here, I'm gonna give you a little bit of a tour of some stuff you might not know is inside this Maybach. First off, you've got these super plush seats that can recline, give you a massage, or keep you cool. I'd say probably the most notable thing about this vehicle is how smooth the ride itself is. This is good. This is luxurious. This is so spacious, but in my opinion, the Mercedes experience is more magical when you're in the driver's seat. All right, so this is actually my second time in Morocco, but what I'm particularly excited about this time is to get off the beaten path and to adventure around some areas that not a lot of people get to see in this country. Now, over the next few days, we're gonna get the full gamut of the Mercedes experience, from driving the Maybach, which we did this morning, to getting an AMG experience, which we're gonna do in a few hours, to finishing up in the GLS, which is an absolute dream to drive. Our driving route has currently spat us out at Emezri, one of the many little villages that populate the high Atlas range. You can't get through this route unless you have four-wheel drive, so you know the entirety of the convoy had to put the cars to test. How crazy is this? This is insane, man. I can't begin to explain to you how desolate and far out we are here. Occasionally we come across maybe a farmer with a donkey, but that's it. We have the road completely to ourselves, mile after mile, switchback after switchback. We came all the way from deep in that valley, past all these switchbacks. The clouds are rolling past, and the view is breathtaking. This is why I love travel, man. This is why I love travel. Can I take your photograph? Yes. Oh, perfect. We'll have 2 coffees as well after. What's your name? Ibrahim. Ibrahim. Nice to meet you. Thank you very much. After making it over the Atlas, we got greeted by a stark shift in scenery. Green, lush fields of wheat lining the paved roads. Definitely a little bit of relief from the bumpier tracks that we had been traveling. To give you some context and why we keep stopping over on the side of the road, I am a travel photographer with a bit of an addiction to stunning views. What really makes these road trips even more magical to me is getting to interact with the locals who live amongst this absolutely beautiful landscape. So I'm sure you can imagine my enthusiasm when I figured out our next stop was a tiny little cafe on the side of a cliff run by a local Moroccan family. Cheers, cheers. It's just moments like this that I feel incredibly lucky that I get to do this for a living, be here at almost sunset looking at such a fantastic view. This is my favorite thing to shoot, you know? Through the mountains, the light is stunning, and the fact that we get to drive these cars. The perfect way to end our first day of adventure here in Morocco. We kicked off day 2 with a little bit of fun, driving around some of the sand dunes in the area, getting serenaded by some local performers, before finally hitting the road and making our way towards Marrakesh. Now on the long drive, something stood out to me about the cars we were passing. If you notice, there's a lot of these Mercedes-Benz trucks littering every single street, because this is what folks used to haul goods and people across the entire country. What you're looking at is a vintage Mercedes-Benz T1 van from the 70s. This particular van, along with a whole bunch of other Mercedes vehicles, are relied upon daily for getting around Morocco. And I'll tell you why. It's because of how resilient and strong these vehicles are. Even in the face of how harsh and rugged the climate is, these vans just keep chugging along. As a matter of fact, when we finally arrived at our hotel in Marrakesh, we saw a Mercedes taxi sitting out front, ready to pick up passengers. Guess what? It had over 2.6 million kilometers on the odometer.
Can I see? Can you show? 2,600,000. That's why they use these cars, because they last forever. Is it okay if I take a photo of you? You can put even your arm here. Yeah. It's very good. Perfect. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Shukran. Shukran. After about 8 hours of driving over the Atlas Mountains, we finally arrived in Marrakesh for a few days of adventuring. We're staying here at the La Mamounia Hotel, a spot that I've wanted to stay for years. I'm very excited. Now, of course, this luxury Mercedes adventure extends beyond the driving experience to even the accommodations that we're staying at. The architecture, the ambience. I can't get over this architecture. Everything about this hotel, the La Mamounia, is just stunning. So many tiny little alcoves and corners that you could just stop at and stare at for hours. Definitely a nice little sample to get us inspired before we head into the city to explore. It's time to go explore the city of Marrakesh. Now, obviously, the city of Marrakesh is vibrant, colorful, and bustling with energy, but it's also a little bit intimidating to drive in. So maybe we hop out of the car, check some stuff out using our feet. We're gonna try and walk into the market and see if we can get a little taste of what Marrakesh is like, get some photos and stuff. Go. Oh, what is this? Arzina. Shukran. Ready to go. Abdullahim. $41. Ah, you're 41. It's nice to meet you. Thank you so much. Shukran. Thank you very much. Over the last few days, I've had such a dream road trip, driving these cars across such a beautiful country, especially feeling the direct juxtaposition between the old ways of life and modern engineering. I'd say the thing that stuck to me the most is how friendly the Moroccan people are. They're so welcoming. It truly made this experience once in a lifetime. If you enjoyed that, a beautiful driving experience across Morocco, please hit the subscribe button so you don't miss the next one. I'll see you later.